Is about starting work at PPG Industries, Pete and Ginger's wedding, Clarksburg, West Virginia, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and 3 good-looking kids. Ginger's church. Ginger's family plus brother Pete to the right. Ginger and parents. Ginger and Pete's parents. Pete and Ginger Musci married. At this point, Ginger remembered Wilson Street, and we found Wilson Street up here in Clarksburg. And it's a very steep road. Remember, we had to turn our wheels to the right in order to park. I lived there as a furnished upstairs apartment first. And then we were married, and Ginger lived here with me, and then we went to the unfurnished apartment. And Ginger found this picture of the furnished rented house. This is the second house we lived in Clarksburg. This is a second floor. You see the door to the right. We used to go to the second floor, the door to the right, up to the second floor. What we found was if we put the heater on down here, right by the front right door, it would put the heat upstairs. Boy, we were always cold up there until we turned on that heater by the front door. Ginger had a friend that lived across the street, Katie Baker and her family, right here in this house. We don't know who lives there now. But this was, we don't know whether we'll ever find the first furnished apartment that I lived in on the second floor, and then got married, and Ginger was there for a while, and then we got this place, which was an unfurnished second floor house in Clarksburg. And this is 27 Hillcrest up in Bridgeport, West Virginia. We had this basement dug out for us in a block, and then we had a Lincoln Home shell brought in, and my dad and I, Ginger and my mother, finished the inside. This is the one where Ginger dropped the steaks into the ditch in front of the house because she cooked the steaks on the outside. You can see, if you look closer, there used to be a lion out in front of the pedestal to the left. You can see the bricks low in the front. These are the same Roman long bricks that my parents had. It had Anderson windows in the front, and you can see the door that is very much like the doors that my parents had. This thing was by itself up here with a big house across the street. Now there's quite a few houses all around. This is my good-looking wife over there getting in a car, hiding. And this is a big monster house across the street from us. We thought, boy, this thing is really huge. And they have a garage little thing across there. You can see across the street. This was the first house that we tackled together to build. And of course, Lincoln brought in the shell. My dad brought a truck down from Ohio with a furnace. And we did the wiring, the plumbing, the rock lath, all that. And Bradley, born here, September the 20th, 1966. Welcome to the family, Ginger. Let's build a house. This is 127 Sunny Drive. We were looking for Sunnyside at first, and then we realized it was Sunny Drive. This is a house we rented when we first went up to Pittsburgh, when I learned about computers, when PPG decided to put computers in all of the facilities. Across the way is where the Borellis lived. I think it was this one here, right across the street. Ginger thinks it might be this one next to it, sort of on an angle. But one or the other. This is where the Borellis lived, and this is where we lived and rented, I think, until all the computers were ready to be installed. Then we went back to Clarksburg. I remember Ginger having a yard sale and selling it to Ronnie Borelli. He thought he got a good deal out of this thing that hooked up leaves. And she wanted 15, he paid 5. It was one that Ginger had taken out of the trash and I had repaired. And Jim, born here, May 16th, 1968. Yeah, I think Ginger is thinking it was this house. This has the steep steps we remember, and this is where Grandma McKay, she was babysitting, we came back and she said there were some cows in the front yard, and we all laughed at her, but the next day there was cow poop in the grass. So we're trying to find it. This was the second house we built in Clarksburg, Bridgeport area. This was Country Club Road, Lakeland Terrace. Had a guy put the shell up for us. This is the one where my dad came out here with pipes and drove them into the ground about 6 feet because the contractor said he couldn't dig out a basement when Dad showed him he could. Again, they did the outside and we finished the inside. Plumbing, electrical work, rock lat, insulation, furnace, fireplace, everything else. This is the house where the kids were there, and we had rabbit pen on the back, and some reason or other the rabbits got away and left. I'll start again on the other side. Again, this is the back of the house. This was a corner lot. I think it cost us $3,500. You can see the fireplace back, this back screened-in porch. That Anderson window cost us about $400, and the lot went clear down over the hill. This is the first time I was ever involved in a septic tank system, and I found out what the requirements was, and I made it twice as big as they said it was needed, so I didn't want any problems with the sewer. Again, you can see the Roman brick from the influence of Bellevue Heights. And this is my curvy-worvy wife. This is curvy, or she was when we were here the first time. This is the second time we lived in Clarksburg. And this is the house on 308 Horning Road. We couldn't find the other house that Ginger said was Sunnyside, but I remembered 308 Horning Road. This is the house to the right that had the swimming pool in the back. This was the house that we lived in Pittsburgh. The second time we owned this house. This is the one where the snow was clear up on the bank. We bought it in the winter, and I said, Ginger, we bought a house with a big steep bank, and she said no. But there's the bank back there. This is the concrete driveway that my dad and I put in, still solid as a rock, no cracks anywhere in it. This is the house to the left where Skidanies lived. He used to punt that ball up to the top of the hill, then run up the hill and punt the ball down the hill. Became the punter at Ohio State. He has a swimming pool in the back, and the people to the right have a swimming pool in the back. That's what I said, was when we left here, we told the two neighbors I wasn't necessarily looking for a house with a swimming pool. I was looking for a house next to someone that had a swimming pool. And resuming here, looking at the concrete pad that went around the side of the house. These kids used to run that big wheel like crazy up and around here. Ginger's afraid that we're going to get thrown in jail here, or I'd go around the back. And you can see the steep hill back there. And John, born here, 11/29/1971.